And on a government level, what would you do? Would you provide tax incentives for people, to parents, to take parenting courses?
To take which course?
Parenting courses.
Oh yeah, parents would take parenting courses. I think it's one of the greatest crimes of human history is letting people raise children just because they're their biological parents and not require them to have any kind of education or sex education or anything else.
Yeah, right. But what can be done about that?
At the moment, very little.
Yeah. You agree that conditions are pretty bad in the world, right?
Yeah.
And but you see nothing immediate that we're able to do about it.
Oh, tons of things can be.
On a large scale, on a large global scale.
Well, it requires all kinds of organizations and all kinds of movements, and there are such movements as movements, for example, the Planethood organization, which tries to get all countries to combine into one solid planet. So those organizations are okay. They're not succeeding, but I think they're doing good.
Yeah. What do we have? 5 minutes?
Yeah.
What's that, Ken? Yeah. Let me ask you something on a personal level. You know, I know. What's your work schedule like? I know you're busy at the Institute.
My work schedule is from normally when I'm in New York from 9:30 in the morning to 11 at night.
Yeah. And
half hours off. If I'm busy, I may have more hours off. If I'm busy, 2.5 hours off for meals. So, but I eat several of my meals during the session.
Right. And mainly one-to-ones?
Most of the therapy is one-to-one. I have 5 groups a week, and then I have several hours of supervision.
Right.
And then I'm often off giving talks, lectures, workshops here. I have my Friday night workshop, etc. So there are other things besides therapy.
Yeah. And you don't work Sundays?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Sunday I don't see clients. Once in a while I have a suicidal client or something like that.
Yeah.
But normally I don't see clients on Sunday, but I do writing and letters and research and things like that.
Is that what you do on your free week? What's that?
I said I work every day of the week, but not necessarily with clients.
Yeah, so on Sunday, that's what you're doing. You're writing and doing...
Yeah, I do a lot of writing and catching up on my letters, research.
So, you know, when is there time to do anything but RET?
I don't do many other things. I listen to music a great deal on Saturday night and Sunday while I'm working.
Yeah.
And I spend some time with my woman friends, not too much time.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me get into on some more psychological levels. How do you account for the explosion of therapies in the last 20 years? Gestalt, Dianetic TA, transpersonal, etc. How do you account for such an proliferation?
Some of it is good in the sense that the therapists are creative and create new techniques. They don't necessarily validate them, and they just say them very strongly and don't do any study to back them up, and that's too bad. Gestalt therapy, for example, has had very few studies over the years that have ever shown it to work, and yet it sounds nice and looks nice, and therefore lots of people use it. Another reason people do it is for their own pleasure. Many therapies, including Gestalt therapy, are invented because the therapist likes them. He or she gets bored with regular therapy, good therapy, so therefore they invent it. Other techniques are frequently invented, or schools which don't even differ from the old schools very much because of the ego. of the inventor. The inventor wants to be known as a great leader and a great inventor, and really he has taken things from other therapies and combined them or used them, etc., but pretends that his is outstanding and it works for all people all the time. So there are good reasons and bad reasons for the therapies, and there's nothing wrong with inventing new therapies, but it would be much better if we validated them.
What do you think of the AA philosophy?
Alcoholics Anonymous?
Yeah.
It has some good points and helps people to take away the bottle, to stop the drinking, and get a support group, but the higher power stuff is very pernicious and really is anti-therapeutic. It says without a higher power you are not able to stop drinking and stay off drinking, and that's obvious nonsense. This is the people who've done it without a higher.
What if believing in a higher power somehow enables an individual to abstain from alcohol, where had he not...
You can't prove that.
Yeah.
You see, if we could prove that nothing but belief in the devil will get an individual to give up alcohol, then he might as well believe in the devil. But the chances are he could believe more sensible, practical things than the devil or God or anything like that.
What if...
Just because people say they were helped by believing in a higher power doesn't mean that they couldn't have been more helped by not believing in it.
What about cases where it was that leap of faith that helped them,
They could have faith in themselves.
Yeah, but what about the argument that it happens to have been this faith and not...
That's a very poor argument.
Yeah.
It's the same argument as the devil.
If I had more time, Al, I would sit on this one with you, because my argument is that if the individual can... I don't believe in it, but I'm just saying just the mere fact that it was this that it took is enough, and whether it's based on something...
No, you have to. You better do studies to show...
Wait a minute.
That something else would not take that.
Yeah, but what...
That goes for all kinds of things.
Yeah, but for some people, okay, let's go on.
Yeah.
ACOA.
Yeah.
What do you think of it? Are they blaming...
Some very pernicious nonsense.
Yeah, I agree.
In it. That it was the seeing of your parents which made you disturbed today because they were alcoholics. No, it's they gave you two kinds of genes. One is a gene for alcoholism frequently, and the other is a gene for serious emotional disturbance. So even if you never saw them, but came from alcoholic parents, there'd be a very good chance that you'd be alcoholic or otherwise disturbed.
What do you attribute to cases of people